Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juan Carlos Monsalve. Today is November 25th, 2023. The time of this recording is 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time. This free information is for entertainment purposes only. If you decide to use any of my strategies, please be mindful that they may not work 100% of the times and you may lose money. The name of the game is Baccarat. For today's scorecard and all other scorecards, you can find them in my website, juancarlosmonsalve.com. If you want to support my channel, if you want to support my work, you can do it by going to a website, buymeacoffee.com /Juan Carlos Monsalve, or you can PayPal me at paypal.me /Juan Carlos Monsalve 12, or Cash App $Juan Carlos Monsalve. Please give it a like to this video, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you get the notifications, share the video in your personal social media, and then sit back and observe. We're going to play the same strategy. I call it Monsalve betting system. We start with $25 minimum bet, and then um, for every time that we lose, we double it. Our goal is to uh, win at least 5 units or $125. That's a minimum. It can be more, and it's similar to the Martingale betting system. The only difference is that we don't reset after a win. We have a win, we will keep betting the same amount, and if we lose, we double again. And if we lose one, and if we already reach our target, we stop there. We don't continue any more bets. But for this recording, I will complete the whole two until the end. The bets are as follows. After each loss is $25, $50, 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600, 3200, and 5000. The reason why it goes from 3200 to 5000 is because usually when the minimum bet is 25, the maximum limit is 5000. That's why and if we um, get to that point, we will continue betting that amount. This is my spreadsheet, the one that I use. You can find my YouTube channel at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652, as well as my Facebook group, Baccarat Research. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up to the video, subscribe, ring the bell, share, sit back and observe. And today we're gonna use the same the same system that we used yesterday, and it's basically the same bets. It's gonna be we start with player, second hand is player, third hand is a banker, all the way to the end. You are going to use this system. You are interested to use it. You can, but just take in consideration that every single bet has a position in this in my system. If you skip a hand here, nothing is gonna work. It's not gonna be the same. So every single hand here or play belongs to that position. You have to keep that position. There is a reason why I bet in this form. So better to keep it that way. If not, the system is not the same. We want to start with burning one card. The first card is the King of Clubs. So I need to burn 10 more cards. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I write it down here, or I type the information here, This is the king of clubs, and today is November 25th, 2023, and now we will play the first hand. It will be the first bet is gonna be $25, and I'm gonna be playing player. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural eight player, and banker has a one. So this is a one player. That was a player hand. I was betting player. I won the hand. I made my first $25 on this shoe. My next bet is gonna be the same amount, $25, and I will be betting player again. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has three and gets the third card. The third card is a seven for a total of zero. Banker has a zero, and the third card is an eight. So zero player, and eight banker. This is a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. I lost $25. I'm even in money, and I'm even in the number of hands. On top, you will see one player, one banker, zero ties for a total of two hands. On the left side, we see one is means player, or minus one is banker and it's red. On the right side, the same one means a win, or a minus one or red is a loss. So this one is a loss, this one was a win. Now we go to the next hand. First card for player, banker, player, banker. I have four player and get a third card. The third card is a three for a total of seven. Banker has a four and a four. If we get a third card from two to seven, we get the third card. Uh, the third card for banker is a six for a total of zero. So seven player, zero banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. I lost $50. I'm down $50. Next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now player has an eight, natural eight. Banker has a seven. This hand, I won. This is a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. I won $100. I was down 50. Now I'm up 50. Uh, when I lose, I double the money. So when I lost the first time, I lost 25. I bet $50 in my second hand. That's why I lost 50. Now that I won one, I am recuperating the previous $50 plus 50 more. My next hand, I'm gonna be playing player for the next two hands. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Banker has seven and stands. Player has a four and gets a third card. The third card is an eight for a total of 12 or two players, seven banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing player. I lost this hand. I lost $100. I'm down 50. So my next bet is gonna be $200, and I'm gonna be betting player. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a three and gets a third card. The third card is a four for a total of seven. Banker gets a third card. If we get it, player third card four to seven. So he gets a third card. The third card is a three for a total of eight. So player has a seven, and banker has an eight. So this is a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. I lost $200. I'm down $250. I'm gonna be betting banker for the next two hands. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a six player and a stance and six banker and a stance. So this is a tie hand. This is the first tie hand of the shoe. We have three players, three bankers, one tie for a total of seven hands. My next bet is gonna be banker. It's gonna be $400. So first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Uh, Player has one and gets a third card. The third card is a zero, so it remains at one. Banker has a zero and gets a third card. The third card is another zero, so I lost this hand. Player one, banker has zero, so this is a player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. I lost $400 and down 650. My next bet is gonna be a player, and it's gonna be $800. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Now banker has a natural nine, player has a six. So this is a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. I lost $800 and down 1,450. Next hand, first I'm betting banker my next hand. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a three and gets a third card. The third card is a two for a total of five. And banker has a seven and a stand, so 5-7. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I won this hand. I won $1,600, and I'm up 150. My next three hands, because I won this hand, I'm already up at least 5 units of 25. But because I'm winning, I cannot stop playing there. I only stop if I lose one hand and I already have my target of 5 units. So and my next three hands will be players. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. We have five, zero player, zero banker. Both of them get a third card. The third card for player is a one. The third card for banker is a four. So this is a banker hand. So one player, four banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing player. I lost this hand. I lost $1,600. I'm down again 1,450. My next bet will be 3,200, and I'm playing player in my next two hands. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a two and gets a third card. The third card is a zero, and banker has a one, and the third card for banker is a nine. So this one goes to zero. So two player, zero banker, two player, zero banker. I have a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. I won $3,200. I am up 1,750. My next bet or my next play will be player, and the next bet is gonna be $3,200 since we won the last bet. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural nine player and a zero banker. That was a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. I won $3,200. I am up 4,950. My next bet is gonna be I'm gonna be betting $3,200, and my next bet is gonna be banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. I have player four and gets a third card. The third card is a six, so it reduces to zero. And banker has a one and it gets a third card. The third card is a zero. So player has zero, banker has a one, So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I won this hand. I won $3,200. I am up 8,150. My next bet is gonna be $3,200, and I'm gonna be betting banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Now I have a natural 8 banker, and player has a 4. And this is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I won this hand. I won $3,200. I am up 11,350. My next bet will remain the same. I don't reset after a win, so I will keep my same $3,200 bet. My next one is gonna be playing player. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. I have a 7 player and it stands, and banker has a 6 and it stands. This is a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. I won $3,200. I am up 14,550. My next hand, first card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. I have a 2 player against a third card. The third card is a 0. I have a 2 banker against a third card. The third card is a 6 for a total of 8. So 2 player and a banker. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I won this hand. I won $3,200. I am at 17,750. Next hand, I'm gonna be playing player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 6 and it stands. Banker has a 7 and it stands. This one is a banker hand. I was playing player. I lost this hand. I lost $3,200. Now I am down from 17,750 less 3,200. I'm down to 14,550. So at this point, because I already reached my target of at least 5 units of $25, and now it's for me time to leave the table to quit this shoe. I already made my target. I'm gonna continue playing, but I won't be betting any more money on this shoe. Now this is a fictitious game, but still this is a simulation of what can happen at the casino. So my next play will be banker, and first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural 9 banker and 1 player. This is a banker hand. My play was banker, so I would have won this hand, but there is no money involved. I'm up 2 hands on this shoe. Or shoe. When it's blue, it's because I am winning more hands than those that I have lost. My next 2 plays will be player. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural 8 player and a 3 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player, so I won this hand as well. My next bet will be a player. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 9. So it is 9, and banker has a 6, and 6 doesn't get any more cards. So I won this hand. This is a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. My next play is banker. So this is first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 3 for a total of 4. And banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 4 players, 0 banker. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next 4 plays will be players. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has one and gets a third card. The third card is a two for a total of three. Banker has a five and doesn't get any more cards, only gets a third card. If we get anything from four to seven, so this is a three player, five banker. This is a banker hand. I was betting player or I was playing player. I lost this hand. My next three hands will be I will be playing player. So the first card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Now a banker has a natural eight, and banker has a one. Excuse me. Banker has a natural eight. Player has a one. This is a banker hand. I was playing player, so I lost this hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a six and stands. Banker has a zero and gets a third card. The third card is a zero. So six player, zero banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player or I was playing player, so I won this hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now player has a natural eight. Banker has a three. This is a player hand. I was betting player or I was playing player, so I won this hand. My next play will be a banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker, and now banker has a natural eight, and player has a zero. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next play will be player. I will be playing player two times. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Now natural 8 is on the player side, so player 8, banker 5. This is a player hand. I was betting player, so I won this hand. My next play is going to be player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has four and gets a third card. The third card is a two for a total of six. Banker has a three and gets a third card. The third card is an eight for a total of one. So six player and one banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player, so I won this hand. My next hand, I'm gonna be betting or playing banker. The next three hands. First start player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural eight player and one banker. So this is a player hand. I was betting banker. I was playing banker, and I lost this hand. My next two bets will be on the bank to the banker. So first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural nine player and banker has a six. So this is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. I'm gonna be playing banker again. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a two and gets a third card. The third card is an eight for a total of zero. Banker has a three, and because we got an eight third player third card, we don't get any more cards. So uh, zero player and three banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next two hands will be players. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has two and gets a third card. The third card is a zero, so it remains at two. And banker 5 doesn't get any more cards because the zero third card player that we receive or that we get. So That one was a banker hand. I was betting or playing player, so I lost the hand. My next play will be player. So first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has a 6 and a stance, banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 6 player and 3 banker. This is a player hand. Was betting or playing player, so I won this hand. My next play will be a banker. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 5 and gets a third card. The third card is a 1 for a total of 6. So 6 player and banker has a 7, doesn't get any more cards. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker and I won this hand. My next play will be a player and a first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So it remains at 4. And banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4. So this is a 4 player, 4 banker. This is a tie hand. Um, so because I got a tie hand, I was betting player. My next move is that I need to move my money to the banker side because I'm going to be betting banker. Something that I found out while playing these shoes, I found out that the player moved my game. So I need to move my money from the player bet that I got a tie. I didn't lose the money. I didn't win any money. I will move my money to banker because that's what my strategy tells me to do is that I need to move my money to the next slot. So second card for player, second card for banker. This is a player 8 and banker 6. This is a player hand. I lost the hand. I lost. I was playing banker. I lost the hand. I will be playing banker next hand as well. First card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a 6 player, 6 banker. This is another tie hand. We have 3 tie hands on this shoe. My next bet will be banker. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 6 and a stance. Banker 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 2. So 6 player, 2 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker, or I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next bet is gonna be a banker. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 2 for a total of 5. Banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6. So player has 5. Banker has a 6. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I won this hand. My next two hands will be playing banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6 for a total of 7. Banker has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4 for a total of 6. So 7 player, 6 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker or I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next bet will be banker. First card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has a 7 and a stance. Banker has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So player 7, banker 4. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next hand will be a player. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural 8 player, but I have a natural 9 banker. So this is a banker hand I was playing. Okay, we are going to play hand number 44. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has one against the third card. The third card is a four for a total of five. Banker has a four and he gets a third card. We get anything from two to seven. So banker third card is a zero. So five player. Something happened here. I have to wait. Okay, player has five. Banker has a four. This is a player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. My next hand, I'm gonna be betting or playing banker. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a zero and gets a third card. The third card is a five. So five player, banker only gets a third card. If we get a six or seven, by player third card. So this is six and remain six. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I was playing banker. I won this hand. My next hand. I will be playing player, so first card player, banker, player, banker has a six, player has a zero, gets a third card, the third card is a seven, so seven player and banker gets a third card when we get player third card six or seven, so banker has a three for a total of nine. So seven player, nine banker, and this is a banker hand. I was playing player and I lost the hand. My next hand will be playing banker. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a seven and a stance, and banker has a six and a stance. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost the hand. My next one is going to be player, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a seven player and a stand, six banker and a stand. This is a player hand. I was playing player, so I won the hand. My next play, I will be playing banker. My next four hands, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a four and gets a third card. The third card is a zero. Banker has a two and gets a third card. The third card is a six for a total of eight. So four player and eight banker. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker or was playing banker. I won this hand. I will be playing banker my next three hands. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a four and gets a third card. The third card is a seven, so he reduces that four to one. And banker has a five and he gets a third card. We get the player third card from four to seven, so we get a third card for banker. The banker is a two for a total of seven. So one player and seven banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker. I won this hand. My next play is gonna be player. It's gonna be banker. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural A banker. Player has a six, so this is a banker hand. I was playing banker, so I won this hand. I'm gonna be playing banker. First card player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural eight banker. Player has a two. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker. I won this hand. I'm gonna be playing player next hand. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a natural eight. Banker has a zero. So one player. Excuse me. This hand is a hand. It's a player hand. I was playing player, so I won this hand. My next play will be banker. So first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a one and gets a third card. The third card is a zero. And banker has a one and gets a third card. The third card is a five for a total of six. Six bankers, one player. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker. I won this hand. My next play will be player. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a two and gets a third card. Banker has a two and gets a third card. The third card for player was a zero, so the two remains two. And banker, the two gets a four, so it gets to six. So this is a banker hand. I was playing player, so I lost this hand. My next three plays will be bankers. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a three and gets a third card. The third card is a five for a total of eight. Banker has a two and gets a third card. The third card is a zero, so it remains at two. Player eight, banker two. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next two hands will be bankers. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Now player has a natural eight. Banker has a four. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a five and gets a third card. The third card is a zero. So it remains at five. Banker has a one and gets a third card. The third card is a three for a total of four. So player five, banker four. This is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next two hands, I will be playing player. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Now banker has a natural eight. Player has a five. This is a banker hand. I was playing player, so I lost this hand. My next play will be player. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a seven and it stands. Banker has a four and gets a third card. The third card is a nine, so it reduces to three. And player has seven player, three banker. This is a player hand. I was playing player, so I won this hand. My next play will be banker. I will be playing banker for the next few hands. A total of two, four, six, eight bankers. I'm gonna be playing next. So first card for player, banker, player, Banker, player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. Banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 7, so it reduces to 0. So player 4 and banker 0. So this is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. Next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker, player have 5 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4 for a total of 9. Banker has a 2 and gets a third card. It's a 1 for a total of 3. So banker, player 9, player 3. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. Next hand, I'm gonna be playing banker. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Uh, Player has 4 and gets a third card. The third card is an 8, so he reduces it to 2. Banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6 for a total of 7. So 7 banker. Player has 2. So this is a banker hand. I was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next play will be banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Banker has a 6. Player has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 7. So total is 8 for player. And banker has a 6. So a6, player won this hand. I was betting banker, I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. I'm gonna be playing banker next hand as well. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 5 for a total of 8. Banker has a 4 and he gets a third card if we get anything from 2 to 7. So the third card for banker is a 0. So 8 player and 4 banker. So this is a player hand. I was playing banker. So I lost this hand. My next play is going to be banker. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0, so it remains at 0. Banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 5 for a total of 6. So 0 player, 6 banker. This is a banker hand. I was uh, I was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next two hands will be bankers as well. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 6 and stands. Banker has a 5 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0, so it remains at 5. So 6 player, 5 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next play will be banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 5 for a total of 6. Banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 9 for a total of 0. So 6 player and 0 banker. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next play will be a player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0, so it remains at 0. And banker has a 5 and no more cards for banker. So 0 player, 5 bankers. And this is a banker hand. I was playing player, so I lost a hand. My next two hands will be bankers, my next two plays. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player now has a natural 9, player has a 6. So this is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next play will be banker as well. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Now we have a natural 9 player and natural 9 banker. This is a tie. This is the tie number 4 in the horseshoe. We have 36 players, 31 bankers, 4 ties for a total of 71 hands. My next play will be player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 6 and a stance, banker a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 6 player for banker. This is a player hand. My bet was on player, so I won the hand. My next two hands I will be playing banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. So player has a natural 9, banker has a 7, so this is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next hand will be a player, a banker. I got the card, so I will finish this hand and I will play one more. So first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 6 and a stance, banker has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 6 player, 2 banker. This is a player hand. This is a player hand. I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My last hand I will be playing player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 4 and a stand, no, 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 3 for a total of 7. 7 player, banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6 for a total of 7. So 7 player and 7 banker. The shoe ended with a tie hand. Total of tie hands 5, 39 players, 31 bankers, 5 ties for a total of 75 hands. I pick up the cards here. I will remove the remaining of the shoe. This is the remaining of the shoe. I will shuffle it in a moment. I go here. We are going back to what happened at the beginning of the game. At the beginning of the game, I start losing several hands in a row, or I lost several hands in a row. That it went all the way to 1600 and then 3200. My next bet. So uh, I was down 1450 when I had to play 3200. I have the operation here. This says the lowest that I was down, or the uh, when I was down 1,450, and I had to get a bet of 3,200. If I add these two together, it's 4,650. If I had 4,650, I would have been able to make on this shoe alone 14,550. I need to know how much money I was down and how much money I need for my next bet. I didn't need any more bets than just one time 3,200. And then when I won the first 3,200, okay, here is the 3,200, and I won several hands in a row. I won one, two, three, four, five, six, and then I lose one. So from the 17,750, I lost the last, but basically the last one, it went down again to 14,550. With my My strategy, the way I increase my bet when I double and I keep the same bet even if I win, is because I want to get one of these runs and I need to get a winning streak that if I win more than probably three, if I win at least three, most likely I will be able to recuperate my previous losses plus my profit. And I still can lose the last hand. That's why I need at least three hands in a row to win to be able to do this. So in this one was six times I won and then I lost one, so it went down the last 3,200 that I won. We're going through the different scorecards that I have. The 1 through 11, I see 2, 4, 5 players in a row, 3 bankers in a row, 3 players, 3 bankers. 1 through 10, I see 3 bankers, 3 players, with one tie, one more player here, 4 players here, 3 bankers, 3 players, 3 bankers, 3 bankers, one tie, 3 more bankers, 3 players, 4 bankers, 4 bankers, 4 players, 3, 6, 7 players, 2 players, one tie, and 4 more players. Every 8, I see here 3 bankers, 4 players, 3 players, 3 players, 4 players, 4 players, and here 3, 6, 7 bankers, 3 players, 3 players, um, 3 players here. This is a 1 through 7, 3 players, 4 players, 4 bankers, 3 bankers, no 3 players, 3 bankers, 1 through 6. I see 3 bankers, 3 players, 4 players, 3 players, 3 more 3 bankers, 3 players, 4 players. 1 through 5, I see 3 players, excuse me, 3 bankers, 3 players, then 5 bankers, 3 players, 4 players, 4 bankers, 3 bankers, 3 players, 4 players, 3 players, 4 players. Um, 1 through 4, I see here 5 players, 5 bankers, 5 bankers, 4 players, 3 players, 3 bankers, 4 players, 3 bankers, 4 bankers, 5 players. Every 3, I see here 6 players, then 6 bankers, and then 6 players, 3 players, 1 tie, 1 player, 3 players, 3 bankers, once every 2. I see here 3 bankers, 3 players, 3 players, 3 bankers, uh, 5 players, 4 players. Those are the different scorecards I have from 2 to 11, a total of 10 scorecards besides the scorecard that we have here that I entered information vertically. And we are almost at the end of the show. Don't forget that you can find all the scorecards, including today's game, in my website, juancarlosmonsalve.com. They are free of charge. You can access it at any time. If you want to support my channel, you want to support my work, you can do it to PayPal at paypal.me /Juan Carlos Monsalve 12, or a website buymeacoffee.com /Juan Carlos Monsalve, or Cash App $Juan Carlos Monsalve. You can find my YouTube channel at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652. Also, I have a Facebook group, Baccarat Research. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up to this video, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for future notifications, share the video with others in your personal media platforms. Don't forget, every time you just sit back and observe what happens on the right side or the left side of the screen. You will be able to see things that probably didn't see the first time. I'm looking for subscribers to my channel. the subscription is free, as you already know. Um, when I complete, this is not my best strategy. My best strategies are probably those that are separate. One when you start with banker, and one when you start with player. And I think that those two are more precise than this one is a combined strategy. You can use it for ties better than for banker and player, but still we can use it. As long as we have a combination of bankers and players, we can use the same strategy. My strategy there is a reason why I play player on position number one or position number two or any position. There is a reason why those numbers are there or those bankers and players are there. So if you follow my strategy, you have to follow it the same way. Don't skip any spaces. Don't skip the dice. You have to use dice to move spaces. If you subscribe to my channel and if you send me a screenshot that you did to the first 1,000 people who subscribe to my channel, I will reveal those two other strategies that I have for player and banker. And you can send me the screenshot to my email, juancarlosmonsalve12@gmail.com. That's all for today on this show. Again, today, November 25th, 2023. And I wish you all the best. And thank you for watching my videos. Have a great day or night. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.